Welcome to Power Word Fail, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast. My name is Carlos, and I am the Dungeon Master for these imposters. Who are these people? But enough about me. Let's get to the fake stars of this podcast, starting with Austin.
I'm Merrick, the elven man?
Andy.
I'm Nora, with a different voice and a little bit more confidence.
Katie.
I am Briella, a very tall and not at all intimidating woman with absolutely no ties to anything whatsoever.
Ian.
Jonathan Bastille, Mornstead's last hope.
And Nathan.
Zorim the Circumspect. Definitely not an imposter on any level.
And once again, my name is Carlos, and this is episode 26 of our first campaign, Chosen of the Crystal Crown. But enough about that. Let's get right on in. Last time, the party met Ambrose's father, Commander Isaac Boussaint of the Ivory Guard. He informed you of enormous bounties on your heads and dismissed Ambrose's pleas for aid against Zeus. Idalia tried to open Commander Boussaint's eyes to the horrors happening in Northwatch, but he chose to turn a blind eye in favor of preserving peace and order. When you continued to argue with him, he ordered his guards to arrest you. You managed easily, might I add, to flee the scene with a series of fog clouds, webs, and passes without a trace. Although you were spotted just before seeking shelter with Pickle's family in the Black Rose Inn. The Dagger agreed to help you by allowing you to purchase the services of the Oasis quote-unquote face sculptor, who provided all but Idalia, who took the form of Miss Scarlet, the new semi-permanent appearances for the next 3 days. You then sought refuge with Vilvanas for the evening, where you scryed on Christopher to make sure he wasn't in danger. He was in danger, but just a different kind of danger, and made plans to seek the help of a thief acquaintance of Ferrex to steal an item from Ambrose's family home. You have food, drink, and a safe place to sleep for the night. Is there anything you'd like to do before you turn in?
Briella would like to take a step away from the dancing, and she has 2 spells she would like to cast. First, she would like to sit down, focus herself, and cast clairvoyance, and would like to try to listen in on what's happening in Commander Boussaint's office.
Okay. What does that look like when you cast that spell?
I think that she's kind of taken herself away from the bigger group of everyone, and she closes her eyes and just kind of drifts away in her own head from everyone else. So I don't think anyone would see anything different. But the noise from Ferrex, was it a lute that you have?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm attuning to my lute.
The lute kind of fades away, and then whatever sounds are happening, and we dissolve in, if this were a show that people could actually see, to what's happening. I cannot see anything that's happening, though. It's purely auditory.
So you're choosing hearing, because you can choose one or the other. So you're just going to
Yes.
choose.
I'm choosing hearing.
Okay. Your eyes flash brightly, intently, a searing beam that seems to permeate your mind, and then it goes black for a good while. A piercing darkness that seems to cover not just your eyes, but also maybe your soul or your mind. And as you sit for who knows how long it seems, you hear soft whispers beginning. As they go on and they continue, the whispers become mumbles. The mumbles become soft words, and the soft words become loud, auditory speaking as you hear 2 voices. One you recognize as Commander Boussaint's, and the other one you do not recognize. As the conversation picks up at the point you enter in, you hear these words. Do you understand me? Yes, I do. Good. Do not fail me again. I won't, I promise. Your son. What about him? He He is a problem. Eliminate him. There is a long silence. Understood. And then there's silence.
Okay. The spell lasts for 10 minutes. Is it just silence after that?
It is just silence after that.
Okay. Does that voice sound anything like the snake thing that Spunk took out? Or is it just another scary voice?
I will allow you to roll. Give me an intelligence check, and I'll say that it's pretty high. I'll say that it's like 20. We'll say it's 20.
I need a 19 on this, so come on.
You got it.
Oh, no, 14.
Ugh.
No, it's unfortunately it doesn't connect. The two don't. It is scary as all get out. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't connect to anything I've seen, though.
No, it does not.
Damn it. Okay. Adalia, I guess, will fade back in, looking extremely sober and extremely freaked out. And she'll kind of look up at everyone else still dancing and having a nice night. And she will say nothing right this second. And then before she rejoins everybody, she'll pull out her mirror one more time. And she would like to scry on her sister, Hesper.
Okay. As you attempt to scry on your sister, you cannot find her.
Okay. Adalia will put the mirror back and pour herself a drink and go back to the dancing.
Can Ferric make an insight check as they're playing music to kind of like read the crowd?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a 15. I'm kind of wondering if I can click in and see Adalia / Briella's, like emotional shift.
Adalia rolled a 16 on deception, so no, you cannot.
Nice. Tight.
She stepped away for a moment. Mostly you just saw her. I don't even know if you would have seen her. She was just kind of resting from the dancing and then poured another drink and has come back like nothing is wrong. I mean, she's good at compartmentalization.
I think as Ferric / Merrick is playing, they've got facial expressions that they've never been able to show before, and they're kind of not in control of their facial expressions, and so they're making a lot of weird faces as they're playing, and they're not even aware of it.
Yep.
And so as you come in stuffing down all this terribleness, Ferric's just making the goofiest ass fucking faces.
It must just be something they do as they play. I don't know.
While that is going on, I'm probably swinging around with Zoram and just dancing my ass off.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bastille.
Yeah, Zoreem's just having the time of her life.
Night performance.
It's hard
That's
dancing. It's rough. It's rough.
It's all good. But we look good together.
Zoreem's not much better. It's like we both have 2 left feet.
No, sorry. I called Zoram Zoreem. Sorry. Zoreem.
Yeah, Zoreem.
Pickles is out there dancing too. Pickle. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Tearing it up.
Well, Nora
Pickles
is
on the performance check.
Nora has a newfound height and is using
Nora's
it to
doing
her
the worm on
advantage.
the floor.
Yeah, Pickles is just off on her own, just doing the worm, doing flips and shit. So this is great.
Yeah, as Jonathan is swinging Zoreem around, she'll say, "I'm sorry, I'm just not used to having a tail."
Oh, you're totally fine. Do not worry. I don't think I've ever danced before, other than maybe a wedding. So this is probably the second time I've ever danced.
I miss my tail.
I miss my tail too.
You'll both get them back eventually.
Maybe.
It's not a permanent thing.
Though it is pretty nice to be able to reach things.
Merrick, you are wonderful on that lute.
Thank you. I am still just adapting to it, but I think it will serve me pretty well.
Can I, like, after, like, the party gets to chill down a little bit, I'm gonna, like, open up the door and just listen out for, like, if there's guards moving around still, like, nonchalantly.
Outside? Like outside the house?
Yeah, if there's, like, you know, people, if there's still, like, activity going on.
He's going for a smoke break.
Yeah.
He's going for a pocket
I'll literally
line
light a
break.
cigarette, go outside and not smoke it at any point. But
As you walk out from Villance's home, you see the streets of Mornstead somewhat dead. There are people traveling home from refreshment and nightlife, but other than that, you don't see any more or less guards normally than usual, than you would know at least.
nice. I'll close the door, lock it up, head back to the party. Well, doesn't look like there's much activity going on anymore. I think we are safe.
Well, that is good. At least for a little while. We can just relax.
I mean, we look nothing like ourselves, so I think we're perfectly fine.
Right, we can let our guards down to a point.
For the night.
For a couple days.
We have work to do in the morning.
Nora, a couple days, remember, there's an army of monsters headed our way. We cannot simply relax for 2 whole days. But for tonight, yes.
Maybe. I think it's bedtime.
No, think about it. What should be the plan?
Sleep and then figure it out. Do we leave again?
We are waiting to hear back from Merrick's friend Waterfall, and I have some plans of my own for tomorrow to help raise awareness of the incoming threat.
I can speak with my family. Pickles, perhaps you can speak with yours as well. See if we can get the entire population of the city prepared for this, even if Ambrose's father, if Captain Besant is not willing to.
I don't think my family will help, but I can at least give him a heads up. Plus, I gotta introduce Spunkle to his uncle. I forgot last time.
Can we not use the term spunkle uncle? It is upsetting for the tongue.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Tell that to Zeus.
Spunkle's the
Give
dragon.
you a piece.
Oh,
Has
Merrick.
curled himself up near a pillow and just watches. He has his little dragon hands. I would imagine he's just trying to clap along with the lyre when they're dancing, and now he's chilling. He's living life.
It's the best.
Disgusting. And I'll walk away.
Dick.
Good Spuckles.
What else do you do?
Yeah, as the party kind of winds down, as we dance ourselves out and begin getting ready for bed, I would approach Merrick. Do you worship the goddess of death, yes? Or are you sing for
I do, not exclusively, but I do.
I've been wondering, with all of the loss that we have faced, do you view death as final? What do you think of resurrection?
It is a unfortunate desire of your kind to live forever, to bring someone back, to reconnect. If I could bring Spunk back, I would not.
You would not.
No soul should have to go both ways across that border. Spunk made a decision. We all make decisions, and we have to live with them.
What if a soul is no longer whole?
If a soul is broken when it reaches death, we should fix it as fast as possible. I cannot imagine a more terrible fate than a split soul.
How would you go about beginning to fix a broken soul?
Well, I don't know. I imagine you'd need all the parts. As to how you acquire those parts, I figure it out when I get there. I've never done it. I don't know anybody who has done it, but I imagine you need both parts to be able to fix it.
Would resurrection contribute to that, or is this a different magic entirely of which we speak?
I am not a wizard. I am not anybody who knows resurrection magic, but I imagine if you resurrect something and it only has half a soul, I can only imagine the terrible pain that it would go through.
I see.
If not physical, mental, spiritual, who knows? Perhaps something that we can look up in the library while we're here.
Yes, I started preliminary searches to that effect, but I will keep looking. Thank you, and again, I'm here if you need to talk about Spunk. Wishing that someone does not come back does not mean that their passing is easy.
It is easier knowing that Spunk is in no longer pain. It is easier knowing that Spunk will no longer have another nightmare.
This is true.
That gives me solace.
Yes. Well, thank you, and thank you for tonight as well. The lute playing truly was wonderful.
Anytime.
Zareem will retreat and kind of look over to the shelves of library books that's probably darkened as the lights have kind of gone out throughout the house. Look over to where Jonathan is preparing to go to sleep and kind of imagine what he might think of the whole situation, and then slink into the darkened library to try to make contact.
How do you try to make contact?
I will kneel down, I'll close my eyes and lean my head back against a shelf of books and just say, in my mind, I'll say, Prince, I am ready to speak with you and with others. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably try that again when I fall to sleep. But I'll keep doing that for a few minutes, see if anything happens.
Roll me a D100.
Got a 61.
Wonderful. As you say these words, almost as if an incantation is happening, your mind becomes foggy for a moment, and you almost feel as if your eyes roll into the back of your head, and you're immediately brought to a place of beauty, of wonder, a similar garden that you've seen many times before in cities, streets, just a beautiful, well-kept place where people can come and relax. You see the rose bushes, tulips, various different flowers that are beautifully hedged, maintained, and at the end of this garden you see a bench, a beautiful glass, carved, chipped, perfected bench. At the end of the bench, you see a beautiful woman who has long blonde hair, blue eyes, almost like pure sapphires, beautiful white silken dress. She sits and she looks around at the wonders of everything and seems to be just passing the time away. And she looks around and finally she sees you, Miraz, Miraz. I'm gonna call you Miraz because now you're in your dream state. This is the real
Right,
you.
yeah, I figured.
And she says loudly, "Oh, hello. Come here, darling. It is good to see you again. No? Please, come sit with me. It has been such a long time since I have seen you."
I'll blink and I'll approach and I'll say, Prince?
Oui, it is me. I am sorry for this appearance. It is unfortunate that you have catch me at the wrong time, but I do have children other than you, mon ami. Sit, no.
Makes sense.
Stay a while. Yes.
Okay. Yes, wow. I have so many questions.
And I have so many answers, child. Please, ask away.
Well, okay. First, Evangeline, how is her soul? Is it still sundered?
Unfortunately, it is. There is nothing I can do to shatter that delicate flower's fragile soul.
Okay, is there anything that I can do or that my friends can do? Are you aware of, how we might go about fixing that?
Oh, Sherry, it is, how you say, impossible. At least dangerous. If you attempt to combine two souls without the proper skills, then unfortunately it becomes a bit of a mess. You understand?
Yes, but you said without the proper skills. Do you know where we might acquire those? Or do you know someone who has those?
she'll put one of her fingers to your lips and she'll say, "No, mon ami, you must not dwell on the past, but the future. Ah, future." And she bats the eyelashes and she says, "Maybe in due time I shall tell you of the skills needed to combine said person. But is that the only reason you came? That hurts me. Do not wish to say hi?"
Of course I want to say hi. No, I have other questions as well as just wanting to see you again. But I understand if you can't reveal to me all of your secrets yet, or ever, but it pains me to think that the soul of my friend might never be whole again. That, to me, is not something that I can accept or live with. I want, even if we must look to the future, I agree we must look to the future, but I will feel unfulfilled knowing that...
Now. I thought I asked you not to bring that up again, dear. It is a lost cause. It is foolish. Now let's not focus on that. Let us focus on the here, the now, us. We?
All right.
Good, she'll say icily.
Well, I'm not sure I know how to talk to a deity. How have you been? How was your week?
My week was very good. Just this and that. You know how it is. But it seems as you had a exciting 2 days, no?
Oh, yes. And now Zeos is marching on Mornstead, as I'm sure you know. Do you have any idea how we might rally the city to fight against Zeos?
Unfortunately, men's hearts are so fickle, but it is possible if you are to convince inspiring leaders in the place that you frequent most, or possibly groups, maybe religion, that you might be able to sway.
Right. That makes sense. Well, those were the only pressing questions that I had, but I would love, if your divine schedule allows, I would love to just sit with you for a while in this garden.
Well, you possibly could, if you wish, but it would be terrible for your mind. It is, as you say, foggy, dwindles the brain. No? The air, so to speak.
I see.
Nathan, I just need you to roll me like a d20, straight up.
It's an 11.
An 11. You just feel a breeze, and the breeze hits your face. The wind pounding, air moving past your ears, the familiar sounds of breeze and the trickle of that noise. But you think within that, you hear the soft tangs of a help. Can't be sure.
Great.
So I think you should go, mon ami. That way you can preserve your strength. I need you strong and kind and wise, no? And bashes eyelashes again towards you.
Oh, yes. Would it weaken me any further to see my sister before I leave?
Your sister?
Yes, Victoria.
Absolutely. What would you like to say? Or how long would you like to talk with her, I should say?
Oh, as long as she's willing to look at me. 5 minutes.
Very good. The prince will pull out their hand and twirl their fingers in somewhat of a sphere, an orb, if you will. And as the hand continues to twirl, almost like a small piercing light comes from the hand, and that light grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's almost as if a mirror appears. The mirror is glass almost. It just puts your reflection, and your reflection, Miraz, may not be what you look like, but it's everything that you wish you looked like. And for a while, we'll sit and just stare, becoming almost impatient, tapping their foot. It might be a good idea if you call out to her. No?
Oh.
Sometimes they are busy.
Victoria, it's Eugene, your brother.
There's silence.
Victoria, the last you saw me, my name was Miraz and I had a beard. Now my name is Zulreem and I'm not human, but it's Eugene. It's your brother. Perhaps next time?
Breeze continues.
Well, I love you and I hope that you're doing well in the afterlife. I hope to talk to you soon. And the prince is still next to me, right?
Yes.
I'll just kind of glance at her.
We'll dissolve the sphere, but before it goes away, that breeze will trickle again. I'm not sure, but you feel as though there is a slight help coming from it. Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. Alright.
Very soon, I shall give you a new gift. I feel as though you will enjoy it. A gift from me, that is. I do have one request from you.
Well, certainly.
Do you love me?
Of course.
You are now my child and I love you very dearly. And I would hate for a relationship you have in your world to be affected by our relationship here. Does that make sense to you?
I think so, but maybe it doesn't.
You are so smart. I seem to be speaking in circles. You have one with you who is not very fond of me, at least. Or at least what they know of me. But it is not the truth. You know who I speak of, yes?
Yes.
Next time you find yourself with a opportunity to get rid of the innocence, that is them. I would love to see that. Now, I'm not meaning harm. No harm.
Okay, right, because you said that I would never have to harm any of my, companions.
No. But there is certain things that I could do for you if that relationship was severed.
No, I am very fond of all of my friends despite our differences.
I know, it is the good thing about you. One of the bright morning stars of my little buttercup, my Eugene, yes?
Well, I will do what I am able.
I am so glad to hear that. Is there anything else, my love?
Not at this time. Thank you for making time for me.
Absolutely. I love spending time with you. Good evening.
Good evening.
As you will return back to our mortal world from that oddly loving conversation, you return back to the library on your knees, and that's that conversation. That's what happens.
I'm Table the Maple here. I'm here to tell you about a wonderful new sponsor we have for Power of Fail, and that's Fanroll Dice. Fanroll Dice is the Homebrew Network's dice sponsor, and you can get yourself 10% off of anything with the code HOMEBREW. They have lots of cool things. They have liquid core dice, misfits, all these wonderful clickety-clackities for you to hand out and use for your pleasure. Over at fanrolldice.com, and I would get myself some, but unfortunately I'm a tree, so I don't have any hands to roll dice. You know, the squirrels don't do for, they're not very helpful. Well, anyway, my name is Dapel, and I hope you go over to fanrolldice.com and get yourself some dice. Again, use the code HOMEBREW to get yourself 10% off anything. That's again Homebrew over at fanrolldice.com. Alright, I'm Dapel the Maple. See you later. Bye-bye.
Zoreem, are you okay?
Oh.
What are you doing? You're just on your knees
You were out
in the
for
library.
a while.
What's going on?
No,
It's very weird.
I'm quite alright. Don't worry about me. I just thought it might be nice to sleep in a library hallway surrounded by books. I like the smell, you know.
You were sleeping? Like that?
I was preparing to, yes.
Meditating, perhaps?
I'm not fully familiar with the anatomy of my new form. Tieflings, yeah, the sleep process is a little bit different, I suppose.
I don't think they sleep like that.
Well,
Trial and error.
it's been an exhausting day. I feel that I might have lapsed. I think that I just completely zoned out. Nora, Jonathan, Briella.
Right. It's all good. DM, has Evangeline ever been in this position before? Like praying stance, I've ever caught her kneeling.
That's like a off-meta question that I
Is
don't
that
know
meta?
how
Is
to...
that meta gaming? I'm not sure.
No, I mean, like, that's like a question that I don't know the answer to, because that's
Okay.
almost that's something that you and
Well, I don't want to be like, I've seen this person sit in this. I want to make sure that it's flowing with the narrative.
I mean, if it was
so-
just a generic praying position, like,
Yeah, then that's different.
I don't think that you would have seen Evangeline being furtive about it. She was always very open about her worship of the prince. So you wouldn't have walked into a room and found her like zoned out. You would have found her like openly praying to him.
Okay. Totally fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Questions you don't think of?
shall we go to sleep like normal people? Not like that?
Right, Zorim, this is highly suspicious activity. We do not want to be doing this when the Ivory Guard is looking for us.
All right, I'm sorry. Yes, we can go sleep like normal people in the back room.
Ferric's already passed out on the couch. Ferric did not experience any of this.
Adalia is going to stay awake for a couple hours, just watching over everyone and turning things over in her head. She only needs 6 hours of meditation instead of real sleep.
I'm going to be in my room, door shut. I'm going to tinker on some things while everyone else is not looking.
Where do
And
you get a room?
are we couch sleeping on? Like, I thought there was
think,
extra
yeah.
rooms in here.
Yeah, you are 100% like in a common living area, like almost hostile style.
Fine, I'll do it in the living room. It's just going to be a bunch of Lego pieces everywhere. Don't slip on that.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Ambrose's tinkering is just Legos. That's all it is. Okay, anything else before you sleep?
Nope.
Okay. As you sleep, there are some dreams that happen between some of you, or some of you have dreams. Pickles, you are in your normal body in your dream, and as you awaken, you see yourself surrounded by a familiar darkness, and you find yourself in a familiar cage, a familiar prison. This is very much like the dream that you had almost a week ago with Miraz. Miraz is not here. Miraz is not with you in this dream. And as this happens, the familiar voice, help me, please, help me, please, someone help me. What do you do?
Who are you? Where are we? Who are you? Who's the guy? What is going on? Raz? She's like looking around. Hello?
No answer for a while as the sounds of running water fill the air.
What? That sounds
Hello?
fire.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hi.
Hello?
Yes. Hi. Help me. Can you help me, please? And you would see out of the corner from the front the small girl in essentially a prison cell as well, across from you. Hello? Help me. Can you help me, please? Who are you? Why are you here? Does he know you're here?
I don't know. What do I look like right now? I'm just gonna like look down. I'm Pickles. I'm Pickles. I can try to help you. What happened? How can I help you?
You have to free me. You have to release me. You have to
How
get
do I
me out of here.
do that?
I don't know. If I knew that, I would get out of here myself. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I need your help. Because he's very, very angry right now.
Who is he?
I don't remember. But he's tall and he's scary. He's very angry. He's very upset.
What does he look like? Do we got any other descriptors?
He's gauntly, I think. Maybe gauntly.
God. Oh.
Gauntly. I don't want to say.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. He's
Gauntly is a little less scary. Okay.
thin-faced. He's been so angry for the past week. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's happening. Something is making him really, really angry. He's kept me here, and I don't know how to get out. And it just oh no. You have to get me out of here. I can hear him coming right now. He's coming right now. And as that, phrase comes out of her mouth, the familiar flames light up and surround. It seems the whole, in a circle around you. The flames give off a crazy amount of heat as they just seem to, it goes from 0 humidity to 10,000 times humidity in 1 second, as you instantly are just absorbed in this heat pocket. And she just looks around, poor, scared, frightened girl that you see in your dreams so you don't understand. She says, "You have to get me out of here. You have to get me out of here. He's coming. Please help me, please."
I'm coming. Pickle's gonna do what Pickles always does, and she's just gonna go for the bars and try to pry them with something. If she can find something on the ground, she doesn't give a shit about the fire right now.
Okay, make me are you just like gonna try to pull them off? Are you looking for something to pry it open with?
She's just gonna first look around for like a bench or a piece of metal, something she could use to kind of leverage. If not, she'll just use her hands.
Yeah, go ahead and make investigation check for me.
That's a 10.
10, there's nothing really that's usable in terms of prying open these gates, these prison cells.
She's gonna try to rage to see if it works and just use her hands, and doesn't care if it burns. She'll grab on and try to bend some bars.
Okay. And as you are able to successfully go into that deep inner rage, you put your hands on the bars, it burns, really just steam comes off your hands it's like you're getting branded, and as you push or whatever you do, go ahead and make me an athletics check real quick.
That's a nat 1 for a 5. That's 2 nat 1s for a 5.
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive, just in terms of like the odds of just 1 and 1. It's like the worst possible outcome of all.
I had advantage and I still got a nat 1.
Dude, that's nuts, man. Well, that sucks. Anyway.
It's
Thanks,
par
little
for the
girl.
course,
Wow.
though. You know those dreams where you're like trying to punch something and you just can't, and it's so
man.
slow.
Those are the worst. This is a great dream roll. What a way to go. Hey, if you don't, no one has inspiration, I don't think, right now. If you don't, you have inspiration right now, because this is legit dream sequence. Okay. So make sure you mark your inspiration.
Inspiration for Pickle's failure.
Well, there's always learning in the failure. But anyway, you just hold on to these bars, and as they brand, they burn your skin. You can feel the flesh peeling off, blistering. You just hear loudly echoing in your mind, "He's coming to you." And the dream ends. Ambrose, you are in a not so familiar place as you see in front of you a chair, an ordinary chair. The room around you is dark, low lighting, so basically not just dim light, enough to barely see. You're in this chamber, this room. This lone wooden chair sits in front of you. What do you do?
I'm going to look around. It's just a dark room with a chair in it.
Pretty
Nothing,
much,
no.
yes.
Okay. I'm going to sit in the chair.
Okay.
I walk
Wonderful.
up to it, sit right in it.
As you sit in this chair, the moment you plop a squat right in the seat, your vision blows with instantaneous white. The spots you get, like when you're just looking directly into light, if you know what I'm talking about, hit me up, blinds you, and you're immediately transported into a very vast and open landscape. But there's no grass, there's no water. It is just an infinite amount of light.
Vespa, is that you?
You hear words at the back of your mind, and you've never felt such calm, such peace. It's as if, for the first time, any doubts, any regrets, any hurt has been healed. And a soft voice rings out true. "My child."
I fall to my knees and start tearing immediately. Why did it take so long?
You were claimed by another, and no longer have you been claimed. Now I can connect with you.
What should I do?
What should any of us do in trying times, child?
Move on? Push through?
Yes, but it will not be easy. It will not be something you can do overnight. Unfortunately, there are powers at work, child. There are powers even I cannot understand. Know this. There will be a battle, one that will change your very destiny. If you survive, this world may yet live. If you fail, then I do not know.
Have I made the right choices in my life? Why is everything so hard?
Often, the most beautiful things, well-crafted, refined, the true works of beauty, are often tempered the hardest, doted on in the extreme, put through grieving processes. The result, and as that word comes true, you will, if you see in front of you, the blaring light becomes inescapable, and you see a vestige of a beautiful silver-haired woman. The result, perfection. And with that, the light will dim, the room will become dark. The chair you sit on there, I will hold my connection temporarily at this point, my child. If you wish to call on me, I do not know if it can happen again.
It's okay to head back. I trust you. I have faith in you, and you've given me faith. I will kill Zeos. Thank you.
Ooh, roll me just a d20.
Please give me a hot roll. 9.
Ugh. Vespa will appear in your mind for a second, and it seems as though she's saying something, but you can't hear, and the dream will end. Ferric.
Hi.
You will awake in a meadow that is the epitome of spring. The cool air breeze flows, hitting the back of your neck, the sunlight beaming, stretching itself down, hitting your face, warming your entire body. Butterflies flutter around. This is the epitome of peace, the picture of everything beautiful that you can imagine. What do you want to do?
I think Ferric reaches out their arms, stretches them wide, and they feel the wind and sun soak through their feathered wings as they flex and take in the heat. And there's this small chiming of jewelry as it jingles around their antlers, and they're going to start running.
Okay. As you run through this meadow, it seems as though everything is perfectly aligned for you to do so. As your feet clasp earth, as you run, jogging, sprinting, changing pace, uphill, downhill, it seems to never end, and it seems to open up itself to you.
I start to beat my wings.
And as you beat your wings, a familiar yet lost sensation comes upon you. You feel the sensation of flight. For so long, it's been as if you were missing an arm. A piece of you is missing, but now it feels as though you are whole. It feels as though that sweet feeling of freedom, maybe of feeling whole, comes upon you again.
Ferric is laughing and crying simultaneously as their feet stop feeling soil and start feeling the tops of grass, and soon that goes away and they just feel the wind between their talons.
As you reach the apex of your flight, the wind beneath you lets you soar. A shudder, a moment of fear flashes. You see fire, you see smoke and ash. You see a darkness which seems all-consuming. You don't know where it comes from. You don't know if it's from you. You don't know if it's from this place. Yet it makes you fall. You descend into the meadow. You descend and you crash into the ground with a thud. You feel no pain, but you feel a sense of dread, and you don't know why.
Ferric is clutching at the soil again. The blades of grass from the meadow springing up between fingers, and they hyperventilate. No. No. Stop.
Peace unto you, child.
Ferric looks up, just tears pouring down their face.
Peace unto you, Ferric.
Ferric stands up in the tall grass and looks around for whatever is making those words.
As you look around this meadow, you see slithering towards you a serpent, one who is not like a serpent you've ever seen. It is multicolored. It is shimmering in the sunlight, and as it slithers towards you, the scales give off a vibrant, luminescent glow. Yet, in its wake, in its trail, the meadow dies. It comes to you, it looks up, almost as if reaching up to strike, but it just gets eye level with you. The serpent is bigger than you expected. It's bigger than any serpent you've seen. One would say it's a monster. It looks at you, forked tongue in and out, and it says, "Peace, child."
Zorla,
What?
why do you show me this?
It is not Zorla, you see.
I step back. Who are you?
There are things that create, things that destroy. There has been none who can combine those two, but I, with decay, can come life. And life comes into decay, and a cycle is born. You have spoken with my child, and now I speak to you at the behest of my master. Dark times come.
I understand, I think.
I hope for all our sakes you do.
Who is your master?
My master, my creator, a crystal, born from the very sun and moon. Know this, Varric, there are keys, puzzles, tricks, traps, all seemingly in place. And if you are not wary, you will fall. Your friends will fall, and balance will be put into jeopardy. Do you understand?
I think I do. How will I know of such tricks and traps? What will I look for?
I cannot say. Forked tongue gleaming from the serpent. But know this. If you do not see, if you do not take up the mantle, then your world will fail. Life will end, and darkness and rage will overcome you.
What mantle?
Our time has ended.
No, I need answers. I have so many questions. You haven't even given me a name.
It is not time. I come to you for the dire hour you are in, but perhaps I am not being fair. Perhaps my mind has grown too old. Question. You have a question for me. Speak it.
Varric will look down, filled with so many questions, and look up. How does one repair a soul?
I would love a persuasion check for that one.
Okay, I've got persuasion. Persuasion's on deck. I'm going to use my inspiration for this.
What are these rolls with tonight, folks?
23.
There you go.
That's a great roll. The serpent will look and coil around you, but not trying to harm you, but it will come closer to you. How does one mend a cloth that has been ripped? How does one mend the vase that has been shattered? Seemingly impossible unless one reverses time. The dream will end as you fall, and the darkness will happen until you wake up.
I wake up sweating like I've never sweat before because I usually just pant. And this elven body that just feels strange and feels so alien, it clutches at a blanket that was draped over me, and I'm going to look around the room.
You see Ambrose sleeping like the best he's ever had in his entire life, like tucked in with his pillow.
You see Pickles awake, sitting next to Zareem, saying nothing, just staring at Zareem, waiting for them to wake up.
Great. But there is one more we have to see. Adalia.
Yup.
You have a strange dream. It seems as though you are floating in air. You see a beautiful temple. You see people lining streets. A festival raging. It seems as though there's a great feast happening. The people dance, the people sing. A crowd is gathered near this temple. It's as if someone or the group is waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for someone to come out and announce a great, important message. And as you see this crowd gathering and growing, with a flash from the middle of the temple, it explodes. Huge chunks of building and rock fall from the sky, landing on parts of the crowd. The smoke is immense. People scream, and there is death. Fire escapes as a dragon roars itself through, flame floating from side to side as it opens its jaws, its maw spewing flame as if it hasn't done so in who knows how long. But you do not care about that, for it seems you are focused on one pile of rubble in particular, in which a hand is seen through. And on this hand seems to be a ring, and I will allow you to roll me a perception check here.
Okay.
Not that I will allow you, but you know what I mean.
Yes. All right. I'm also giving myself guidance on this. 21.
21. As the dust settles and it flows, you see the ring, an all too familiar ring you had saved for months and months on end, stealing as much as you could, haggling, things you're not proud of, but your sister wanted a ring so bad, and this is the hand you see in the rubble.
Okay.
Well, we'll figure out what is happening next time as we end this session tonight. Hey, folks, thank you so much for listening in to this episode of Power Word Fail. If you like what you hear, go ahead, find us on all of the socials, the Homebrew Network, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of the good stuff. Give us a follow, give us a like, whatever you need to do. We love the love, and we appreciate if you want to come on in and jump over there. Also, too, make sure you jump onto our Discord. We are happening. We're having a great old time with us and other fans of the network. We're just connecting, and it's amazing when you find so many cooler people to hang out with, like us. I mean, I'm pretty cool, I guess. But either way, come join the Discord. Also, too, if you can, go ahead and support us on Patreon. Even the smallest of contributions, the smallest of giving means so much to us. It also helps us out dearly. Plus, you get so much cool things, wallpapers, fresh lore, pictures, all this kind of great stuff that you can get on Patreon, the Homebrew Network on Patreon. And guess what? This podcast is a Homebrew podcast, and our dice sponsor is FanRoll. Amazing dice and dice accessories at fanrolldice.com. Use coupon code Homebrew for 10% off anything on the website. That's right, 10% anything off on the website. I might have to spend some money on some number rocks. So go ahead, fanrolldice.com. That's fanrolldice.com. And before we go, just want everyone to know that no matter what you're going through, maybe sometimes things are hard in your life, but I just want you to know, listener, you're loved, you're important, and you matter. Join us next week on Power, a Word, a Fail. Goodbye.